Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my garage. Today I'm going to be taking a look at my team associated RC8T3e. It's quite the mouthful. It's still super dirty from my first initial outing at Huckleberry RC out in Anaheim. Had a little bit of trouble. The ESC was dying, and then through a comedy of errors, we managed to rip the ESC out of the car. So let's go ahead and get in our new XR8 Plus ESC so we can get this thing back at the track. My knowledge base on RC cars is super limited. The last time they were on the channel was my dad's RC10 that I was trying to fix up. So I'm gonna be taking it slow. I'm gonna give this a nice little clean, and then we'll go and jump into the ESC. The body's a little banged up, got a little structural duct tape here. So because I picked this up on the way to the track, it didn't have the right battery connector for my buddy's batteries. This deal that I got didn't come with any batteries, they were all dead. So cobbled together something trackside. We weren't able to get the connector to seat properly, so we ended up with super glue on there, and unfortunately we ended up super gluing my buddy's battery inside the connector. So when we went to go take it out, we actually ripped the ESC out of its place, being a little bit aggressive, but that's okay. This thing was dying already. It died in the middle of the track. Let's go ahead and finish the job getting this disconnected. Alrighty then. Alright, I am terrible at soldering, but maybe I'm okay at desoldering. Alright, I think we got it. Yeah, that seems good. That was a little bit more aggressive than I thought I'd have to get on it. Alrighty. I'll probably run it like this. Alright, let's see if we put a couple $100 worth of stuff up in smoke now. Oh no, I just realized that I put the wrong connector onto the ESC for the battery. So I'll swap this out. Okay, power on. So of course, just as I get the ESC in and everything's working nicely, I'm about to program the car. I noticed that the front lower left arm is actually cracked on the car. So of course I got to order some parts and dive into that. I just went ahead and took apart the front end here so I could get access to the arms. This is the arm with the crack. You can see it kind of opening up here. And the other side didn't have any issues. I did notice that one of the dog bones was pretty bent here though. And of course the anti-roll bar was also bent. The shocks had completely blown out shock boots, and they were super dirty as well. So I threw them in my ultrasonic cleaner and cleaned them up a bit.
This boot just disintegrated coming off.
If I was going to do this again, I don't think I'd buy these. They're so thin, I felt like I was going to tear them just putting on. I'd probably just throw a nitrile glove end on each one of them. And I started pulling off the wing here and getting access to the rear shock so I could clean those up and put new boots on those as well. Okay.
I'm not going to blow apart the entire rear end here, but I do want to have the rear arms match the fronts with the new reinforced ones. So we're going to get these out, and I'm also going to take the wing mount off because it's a little bent. I have a new one. These are the upgraded arms are going to be sticking on here from the RC8T3e. Heavy duty. These heavy duty arms take quite a few screws to get these plates on there. And they also need 2 set screws because it now uses a shock pin to mount the anti-roll bar. And I finally got some droop screws. These were not on the car when I bought it, so I picked those up. Bit of a bummer. It looks like the rear arms are actually just a hair longer on the 3.2, and now the axle does not reach. And also, the chassis does not meet up with the droop screw, so you end up hitting the arm on the chassis. So guess I'm pulling these back off. All right, I got the old arm on, and I'm really bummed because this one looks so much better, but at least those together's running again. All right, I've got the old rear arms on, put the shocks on now. All right, so I assembled the new upper and lower arms, and hopefully these will work out. But we can get rid of these old crusty ones now. These arms are just a little bit thicker than the stock ones, so I'll have to play with the caster a bit. As I said, pull some spacers out. Got the new axle installed here instead of the old bent one. These are surprisingly expensive. I think it was 65 bucks, and they were pretty hard to find. Got the anti-roll bar mounts in there, which is a little annoying because the set screw is right under the axle, so it makes getting to that real fun. But now I think we can put the shocks on this thing, and we're almost done. I got a little ahead of myself putting the shocks on, but I think we could still get the anti-roll bar in here. Now the question is, can I get to the set screws? Pretty sick. Just got a few more screws to throw in and toss a battery in her. I'll use these old tires ripping up and down the street, make sure she's running okay before we hit the track. I had to pull this thing off the street before I destroyed the diffs because it was just way too much fun doing wheelies. So I was off to Huckleberry RC to test it out, and honestly this is what got me back into RC. My buddy dragged me out here and I was in love. Super chill atmosphere, amazing dirt track. They've also got a road track, and I hear they're expanding soon. I handed the controls over to my buddy so he could rip it around the track for a bit, and also so I could get some video of it.
The thing is, like, this thing likes brakes. Like, I've never had to use such brake before. It's running out of battery.
It definitely lets you know when it runs out, because it's like, oh, I can't do that double anymore. Like that, just like this.
Dude, the thing is, when it wants to behave, it's freaking good. But once it gets out of whack, it's not going to happen. Like, look at that. It's so easy right there. Too much pressure, man. Oh, dude, it power cut right when I lined up that double burning. I'm so sad.
Thanks for hanging out with me in the garage. I'll see you in the next one.